Hey everyone, welcome back to the cottage. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about the minimalism lifestyle and sharing some practical tips on how you can simplify your life, specifically your life at home. So you could spend some time on the internet and come up with hundreds of different tips and ideas of ways that you could simplify your life. The ideas that I'm going to be sharing today in this video are all things that I've implemented in my own minimalism lifestyle that have really helped to intentionally simplify the way that I do things, specifically around my home. My first tip is a little bit basic, but it is one that has really improved the simplicity of my life, and that is to make sure that everything that you have in your home has a specific place. And this can be just basically everything that you have. So you can go from the small things like silverware, make sure that they have a home, all the way up to the vacuum cleaner, where does the Christmas tree belong, and making sure that everything has its place, its own home within the home is great for a variety of reasons. Number one, you can always find it when you need it. So if you're looking for those car keys before you leave the house, you know just where to find them and you're not wasting time. It also makes it a lot easier for cleanup. Your kids will know where their toys are supposed to be, where their jackets are supposed to be hung, and everything just kind of flows a lot more easily when everything has a place to live in your home. So this is the basic one, but I think that is one that will really serve you well if you are able to implement it into your home life. Next, I am going to encourage you to set boundaries, and this really does relate to all aspects of your life, not just the things that you have in your home, but being able to really set some limits and set some definition to your life is going to ultimately help simplify it. I think a lot of times people worry that boundaries are going to be so constrictive and they're limiting, but I've found just the opposite to be true. So for example, the boundary of having a budget is really going to simplify the way that you do your finances. And we've been doing budget for many years, and it's amazing now when I look back and think about life before a budget, it was way more complicated than it needed to be. You also can set boundaries with what you take on in life. So if you have a specific path that you're trying to go towards and someone offers you maybe a job or a volunteer opportunity that doesn't align with that path or your morals or goals, setting those boundaries is going to allow you to say no to that opportunity, and that's going to also simplify your life. And of course, as it relates to the items that you have in your home, we can set boundaries like the container method. We talked about that here before on this channel. Maybe you have a drawer that is labeled for miscellaneous items. That drawer in itself could be considered a boundary, but even taking it a step further and making smaller boundaries within that larger area, it's really going to help to simplify things. So setting those boundaries, deciding those boundaries for yourself is really going to simplify your life in the long run. All right, this next tip I have found to be particularly helpful since I've had kids. And if you aren't familiar with this channel, my husband and I have 5 children. They range in age from 15 down to 8, and our lives can get pretty busy. And so this tip is to establish a routine for your home life. And I have found this to be great, not just for me, but for my kids as well, just to know, this is going to happen first, and then this, and then this, and there's sort of a flow to the day. And so if you are someone who is looking to simplify your life, this is an easy way. It doesn't cost any money. It's something that you can just establish for your home, have that routine, and I guarantee it's going to definitely simplify your life. My next tip goes in line with the previous one in building the home routine and getting that established, but it takes it a step further with consolidating like chores. So for example, in your home, there's usually a lot of things that seem to be never ending. At my house, it's the dishes, it's the laundry, it's the cooking and the cleaning. These things, they seem like they never are ever going to end. And I have found huge success in batching these little chores that you might have to do on a daily basis and trying to do them less frequently. So for example, I've done a video previously all about my laundry routine. I'm able to do all of the laundry for our family of 7 in just one day. And the other 6 days of the week, I don't even have to have it on my radar, think about it at all. We have just enough clothes where we can get through an entire week, maybe a little bit more than a week, and then I just do laundry on that one day, and it really has freed up my mind to do other things that I need to do around the house. Another great way to implement this batch chore type mentality would be in the kitchen, maybe cooking up a large batch of something so that you have leftovers a few days later. And that could be something that could work really well too. I definitely encourage you, if you are not batching chores, to give that a try, because I personally have found it to be very helpful in simplifying my life. And speaking of laundry, let's move to another area of the home where you can really simplify things, and that is the closet. I do have a lot of friends that really enjoy fashion, and they love having a wide spectrum of clothing and shoe options to choose from. I personally would get overwhelmed by that. I'm not a fashion type person, and so in previous days I may have purchased some things that were trending, thinking maybe, you know, I could wear them, but I never felt fully comfortable in them, so they would just sit in the closet. And once I finally made that decision to simplify my closet and bring it down to a capsule wardrobe, I really have found a lot of peace. And it's kind of silly, but when you open your closet door in the morning and you have just options of things that you know that you like to wear, it's very empowering. So if you're looking to simplify your life, a really easy place to start would probably be in the closet, because we know what fits us well and we know what we like to wear, and getting rid of those extra things that you don't care for is a good way and an easy way to simplify. Alright, and my final tip in today's video on how you can simplify your life at home and live a more minimalism lifestyle is, I think, a little bit controversial, especially in today's world, and that is that I do not recommend that people buy in bulk. And let me explain. Now, I know that as a family of 7, we probably would have good reason to buy a lot of toilet paper all at once or peanut butter all at once, and we just stay away from it. For the first reason is that we intentionally did not put in a lot of storage in our home, because we want to know what we have, we want to use what we have. And we have found in the past that if we bought too much of something, it would just sit and sit and sit until it was expired or not useful anymore. So that is one reason why we don't shop in bulk. But I think the overarching idea of why we don't is a little bit more theoretical, and it has to do with our minimalism lifestyle and what we're trying to accomplish when raising our family. And really, it kind of boils down to, we want to show our kids that we have an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset. And so if we stockpile our shelves with all these different things, just in case, you know, we might need this can of beans or this bottle of shampoo, it kind of just, in your mind, whether you're thinking about it or not, it kind of gives you the impression that, you know, we might run out, we might not have enough, we need to have this stored here because, you know, X, Y, Z. And having the abundance mindset just basically means that what we have right now is enough. We have each other, we have our faith, we have our health, and that really is enough. If we need another thing, if we need another food item, we can go out to the store and get that at any time. So we don't need to really hold on to those things right here. So that's sort of theoretical. Again, it might be a little controversial. I know right now with the shelves at the stores being the way that they are, kind of limited, you know, this might be a trigger thing for some people. So I'm not saying that's bad if you bulk shop, but it's one way that if you are finding yourself kind of being really worried about it, and really, you know, holding these things away, just maybe give it a try of not bulk shopping and seeing, you know, if it kind of shifts your mindset a little bit into knowing that if you need that thing, you can go get it, and you don't need to be so consumed with worrying about having that stockpile. So that is my final tip. I hope that these were valuable to you. I hope that you can give some of them a try if you are trying to simplify your home life. And again, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you'll stop by the cottage again really soon.